What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Friday, July 25th, 2014, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello, and on Twitter @The Enter Report. Jennifer Lopez celebrated her 45th birthday with an almost life-size cake of her riding a lion and a bash that cost $100,000. J-Lo threw the party for herself at the Namo's restaurant in Southampton, New York. 100 guests sang happy birthday, including Khloe Kardashian, rapper French Montana, rapper Fat Joe, Kelly Ripa, Leah Remy, Andy Cohen, and Mask Kim, who showed up at 1 a.m. There was a fancy sit-down dinner followed by dancing. The party ended at around 4 a.m. Rapper Lil Wayne's ears must have been burning last night. 3 of the 4 mothers of his children all showed up in the same place, and surprisingly, there was zero drama. Nevia, Toya Wright, and Sarah Vivian, each who mothered a child with Lil Wayne, were all at the premiere of Lucy in Atlanta. Only Laura London was absent. It's virtually impossible for 2 exes to get along, so to have 3 to do so is impressive. Although Weezy wasn't there, he could have safely attended. All the ladies are reportedly friends and hold no grudges, at least outwardly. Of course, with all of them hanging out together, who sprung the babysitters? First Lady Michelle Obama was powerless to prevent photos of her daughter from going public. She and the girls were captured in selfies at the Beyonce and Jay-Z concert last night in Chicago. The First Lady chaperoned Malia and Sasha to packed Soldier Field in Chicago, and a concert goer lined up some of the fam in the background of her selfie and then pushed it out to the world on Instagram. As TMZ first informed, Michelle called a photo agency earlier this month and got it to take down shots of Malia walking into a restaurant that is a known paparazzi spot. The Chi-Town selfie revealed a huge flaw in the White House's desire to keep the girls out of the public spotlight unless they're with the president. Hard to shut down a stadium full of iPhones. Paris Jackson, the daughter of the late Michael Jackson, is back in the LA area, possibly with a boyfriend, and TMZ learned to the point of the visit is to reestablish Jackson family ties. Paris was hanging out in Calabasas Wednesday night with some friends as guardian TJ Jackson followed closely behind. It looks like the guy with the dark hair might be a date or a boyfriend. Sources connected to the Jacksons told TMZ the doctor who has been treating Paris after she tried to take her life have told she needs to create a family support system because she's become estranged from her entire family. TMZ told doctors were concerned 16-year-old Paris' only meaningful relationship has been with Debbie Rowe, her biological mother, who does not have custody. Doctors want her to mend fences with her grandmother Katherine Jackson, her siblings, and other immediate family. They think it's important to her healing. Paris tried to take her own life by cutting herself a year ago. She's been living in Utah at a boarding school where she's receiving therapy. And in a related story, Michael Jackson's estate is suing a movie memorabilia store for auctioning off his historic photos from MJ's heyday and duping potential buyers with a get-rich-quick scheme. The pics are from the Jackson Brothers' 1984 Victory Tour. According to the court documents obtained by TMZ, Michael hired a photographer to shoot the concerts, and Jackson's company owned all the rights to the pictures. The estate claims Premier Props put the photos up for auction and misled buyers into believing they would also own copyrights on the pics, a huge selling point because the buyer could make a fortune by reprinting and selling the photos. Premier valued the pics from $200 to over $2,000 according to its website. MK's camp is now suing for all the auction profits and to stop Premier from selling any more MJ memorabilia. Singer Keisha Cole's estranged husband shocked her by filing divorce paperwork before she could, or so it seems, but Daniel Booby Gibson says it was actually an imposter with a thing from El Pollo Loco who did the deed. TMZ broke the story. The singer was on the verge of filing for divorce last month, but she hadn't pulled the trigger when Gibson supposedly filed last week in an LA County Superior Court. TMZ got a copy of the documents, which look pretty standard, citing irreconcilable differences. However, it seemed odd an ex-NBA player like Gibson would list himself as his attorney. TMZ called the phone listed for him in the papers, and the person who answered claimed he was Gibson but sounded suspect. So we checked the address listed, and it turned out to be in a El Pollo Loco restaurant. The real Booby assured us he never once considered filing, telling us she would have to do it. I am a Christian. I believe in till death do us part. Gibson says he's going to press charges against the imposter. Michael Lohan is being investigated for allegedly threatening to burn down the house of a record label honcho who was in talks to work with his daughter Ali Lohan. As TMZ first reported, Lindsay's little sister is trying to make go of as a country music singer with a little help from her father Michael, of course. According to sources, Michael brokered a potential deal between Chinga Chang Records and Ali, securing a $15,000 consulting fee for himself too. TMZ was told when Ali got wind that Michael was cashing in on her, she freaked on him. TMZ told Michael tried to nix the deal with Chinga Chang, say that 5 times fast, and eventually got into a threatening war of words with its CEO, Dan Herman. Law enforcement sources tell us Lohan placed codes and texts to Herman claiming to know his Florida home is not well secured and would be easy to burn down. Herman filed a report with the state police in Pennsylvania where Lohan lives, and cops tells us they are investigating. For the second time in days, a Big Brother house guest got shocking news from the outside world about a family member's death. This time it was Derek Lavassier's grandfather. On Friday's live feed, house guest Derek was handed a note from producers like Frankie Grande on Wednesday's evening and learned of the death of his family. It's eerie. Derek purposely lost the head of household competition on Thursday so Frankie would get a chance to see photos of his grandfather who died on Tuesday. Derek shared his news with Frankie in the house tonight and said his family isn't as close. He said he wasn't planning to leave the house for the funeral on Sunday. TMZ was told it's extremely rare for producers to break the Big Brother house quarantine even once in a season. Justin Bieber begins paying his dues for his vandalism conviction in the Egging case by meeting with his probation officer, according to TMZ. Bieber and his lawyer Sean Hawley showed up at the probation department at the Santa Monica courtroom Friday afternoon. They spent an hour with the probation officer. Sources say they discussed the requirements of his probation, which included not breaking any laws and completing his anger management and community service on time. Bieber pleaded no contest to misdemeanor vandalism, was ordered to attend 12 anger management classes, complete 5 days of community service, and pay $80,000 for the damage he has caused. Kendra Wilkinson's marriage to Hank Baskett is officially on the rocks, as were all the drinks Thursday night at Warwick, where Kendra was partying until early Friday morning minus Hank. Kendra spent the evening morning drinking and dancing with a large group of friends at the owner's table, sources told TMZ. The photo clearly shows her behind the velvet ropes in the middle of a rocking dance floor. Reports of the couple's impending demise has been well documented after Hank's alleged affair with transsexual model Ava London. Kendra hasn't worn her wedding ring in public for weeks, and Hank continues to beg for forgiveness on a daily basis. The chances of them getting back together keep looking worse and worse, despite the two giving birth to their second child just 2 months ago. Liberty Ross just scored big. TMZ learned her divorce from Rupert Sanders is now final. Liberty filed for divorce after Rupert was caught on camera making out with Kristen Stewart, who starred in his movie Snow White and the Huntsman. According to the settlement obtained by TMZ, Liberty gets the following. Number one, the family house. 2 other London houses. $25,000 a month in spousal support for the next 4 years. $14,000 a month in child support for their 2 children. 50% of profits Rupert gets from movies, with the exception of Snow White. Half of bank accounts, retirement, etc. Ross, who was repped by Disso Queen Laura Wasser, gets joint custody with Rupert. Rupert gets to keep the Malibu Beach house and a 1970 VW van. Oh, one more thing she got. Producer Jimmy Iovine. As Marvel finalizes surprises for its Comic-Con panel on Saturday, the rumor mill regarding Doctor Strange has reached a fever pitch, and the actor who has been mentioned most often for the coveted superhero role is none other than 3-time Oscar nominee Joaquin Phoenix. Multiple individuals close to the casting process have told the Wrap. Representatives from Marvel and Phoenix have no comment. While insiders caution there is no deal in place yet, multiple sources say Phoenix is in consideration and has had discussions about the movie. Many would assume that Phoenix is one of the last actors in Hollywood who would be willing to lock himself into a potential long-term deal, but it's possible that he is not being asked to sign the same staggering multi-picture contract that the other actors in the Marvel Comics University have. While Phoenix has eschewed blockbuster fare throughout his career for the most part, sticking to challenging auteur-driven indies such as The Master, Her, and Paul Thomas Anderson's upcoming movie Inherent Vice, it's possible that his recent co-stars have pitched him on the pros of being part of the Marvel family. Phoenix has recently shared the screen with Jeremy Renner in the movie The Immigrant, who plays Hawkeye, Scarlett Johansson in Her, who plays Black Widow, Josh Brolin in Inherent Vice, who plays Thanos, not to mention Mark Ruffalo from Reservation Road, who plays Hulk, and Don Cheadle, who was in Hotel Rwanda, who plays War Machine. In fact, he's currently filming a new Woody Allen movie with Emma Stone, who plays Gwen Stacy. Those actors have demonstrated the ability to slip seamlessly between serious adult movies and lighter, more family-friendly superhero fare. Meanwhile, the last big-budget movie Phoenix starred in was M. Night Shyamalan's The Village and Signs, which led to his casting as Johnny Cash in Walk the Line. While the Doctor Strange rumor mill has focused on stars like Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Hardy, both actors appear to have had scheduling different issues with the project, while Scott Derrickson is directing from a script by John Spantius. Jared Leto and Justin Theroux were also mentioned as possibilities to play the Sorcerer Supreme, but Leto is keen to direct after winning an Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club, and while Theroux remains committed to HBO's new series, The Leftovers. Doctor Strange is part of Marvel's bold Phase 3 plan. The film will follow Stephen Strange, a former neurosurgeon who protects Earth from magical and mystical threats. Maisie Williams, known for her role as Arya Stark, the best character on HBO's Game of Thrones, is in talks to play Ellie in the Last of Us film, according to reports from the Screen Gems panel at the San Diego Comic-Con. Ashley Johnson voiced the role of Ellie in the Last of Us video game. The film, announced in March, is still early in development, and the actress is yet to sign on to the role. Sam Raimi, the director of the original Evil Dead and Spider-Man trilogy, is set to produce. Naughty Dog's creative director and writer Neil Druckmann will pen the script. The script will have some changes from the game's story. Initially, Druckmann wants the film to have a different ending, but Raimi convinced the writer otherwise. According to Druckmann, Naughty Dog has final approval on both the casting and directing of the film. The news comes shortly after the announcement of a release date for the Uncharted film, another adaptation of a Naughty Dog game. Also at Comic-Con, AMC's The Walking Dead used its massive Hall H presence to debut the first footage of its upcoming season and announce a return date during its panel Friday. Season 5 of the zombie drama based on Robert Kirkman's best-selling comics will return on Sunday, October 12th at 9 p.m., followed by its Chris Hardwick-hosted companion Talking Dead. Showrunner Scott M. Gimple will be back for his second season at the top of AMC's ratings juggernaut, which will see The Wire's alum Seth Gilliam join the cast alongside newly promoted series regulars Andrew J. West, who plays Gareth, Elena Masterson, who plays Tara, and Christian Serratos, who plays Rosita. The series, which again has a big presence at Comic-Con, including a nearby hotel decorated as Terminus, the sanctuary where Rick, played by Andrew Lincoln, and his group were reunited and held hostage in a rail car in the Season 4 finale. Season 5 will pick up immediately after Gareth unknowingly reunites Rick with nearly everybody in his group, save for Carol, played by Melissa McBride, and Tyrese, played by Chad L. Coleman. The panel opened with a parody clip featuring Rick and Glenn, played by Stephen Yeun, bearded and playing cards, still trapped in the Terminus trailer, chowing on the remains of one of the group members alongside a bald Daryl, played by Norman Reedus, and an aged Maggie, played by Lauren Cohan, before unveiling the Season 5 trailer. Also announced today at Comic-Con, all the original Firefly stars will still reprise their roles for the online game, and actor Alan Tudyk is playing multiple roles. Also showing up will be Michael Fairman as the crime lord Niska, who apparently is hired. You can check the game out on the Firefly Online website. And finally, last night on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Kimmel convinced Academy Award-winning actor Morgan Freeman to chat with him while sucking on helium. Here's an audio clip of that.
We love you. We love your acting, we love your movies, but also you're an executive producer of this TV show that I love. It's called Through the Wormhole, and it's a... no.
through the wormhole with Morgan Freeman.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I apologize. I apologize. Well, this is the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, so with is pretty interesting, but I'm starring in this. So. I love it. It's just got nominated for an Emmy. Congratulations on that. You do great stuff with that show. It's a great show. It's really, really fun. And I wanted, there's something you did on there that I wanted to recreate here, if you don't mind, because I do love your voice, and everyone loves your voice, but I was wondering what your voice would sound like if you were on helium. So I thought maybe if you could, they're being weighed down by these, if you would, please, I'll just do the same interview, conduct an interview, but before we talk, we'll just, come on, Morgan. Morgan, come on. Cramp up on me now. Don't quit on me now, Morgan. Don't cramp up on me now. All right, I will hand you this guy. There you go. There you go. I'm going to do it too. I love having you here on the show. It's so fun. It's so fun when you come here. You still sail on your ship? Remember, you told me you have a sailboat.
No, I don't sail it anymore. I just sell it.
Well, I was gonna, because I never got the invite, and but I always wanted to go on your ship because you know what I would call you?
It's a sailboat.
Sailboat, sorry. Do you know what I would call you?
No.
Captain Morgan. All right, here we go, right?
Do you ever want to go to space?
I really shouldn't be doing this.
It's helium. It's helium, Morgan. It is helium.
It's very undignified.
No. I think your voice sounds great. It's not undignified.
Some people just have voices like this, so you're actually making fun of those people. See? I told you. I want to thank you so much for being on the show, and please, would you ever like to come back?
I'm never coming back.
Morgan Freeman, Lucy's in theaters tomorrow.
That is your entertainment report for Friday, July 25th, 2014. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. I'll be back Monday delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment. You can follow the show on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. And on Twitter @The Enter Report. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you Monday. Bye.